Can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, there we go. Sending out those links. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Saturday, September 27th. We got a great day of sports betting on tap, including UFC from Perth tonight. We'll have companion coverage here on the Sports Money Network. Trying to get myself situated here and rolling with the show, if you know what I mean. We'll be along tonight at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific with UFC Perth action, including that main event, light heavyweights tonight. Olberg versus Reyes. You can get your handicapping started with the guys from First Strike. Subs in the chat already. He's got his First Strike pick. Mikey, Jeff, they've got their picks tonight. Check out First Strike underneath the videos tab, and also check out under the live tab, VB MMA picks. VB previewed the fights here this week with Aussie Fight Fan. We always get together with Aussie Fight Fan anytime we head down under. Doing so tonight with UFC Perth here at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the Sports Money Network. Make sure you join me and the guys. We'll also be checking out college football all day as well. So, we'll be here for some of those key games tonight in primetime out here on the West Coast. And those big 8 o'clock starts too. All right. Also, we'll be along here today as well with our big games in college football. We're going to preview also Major League Baseball, 2 games from the CFL. Get ready for a great card. Man, it seems like the best card of the season in college football here today. I got about a dozen games to go over with you, and then we'll try to touch on the baseball games. Do you know which games are of importance here? Do you know what's going on into the last 2 nights of the season? I think I do, and I'll try to explain it over here in the next hour and a half here, I would imagine, here this morning. And let's take a look at some of the folks in there. I want to get to these plays here real quick before it's too late here, as we have Sub in the chat. He's already hitting us up with some EPL action right now. I'm watching action here in the EPL. I'm trying to watch it, but I can't keep my eyes off the golf right now. And man, don't want to be the bearer of bad news here. Maybe things are starting to turn around for the U.S. right now, but still feels like a big uphill climb at the Ryder Cup. So we're in action here already with our early morning balls here, and should be a great day of golf too. Don't forget, the golf will be wrapped up by the time we hit the airways, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when we're on the air here for the next 90 minutes here with these early morning games. So also a big card of MLS tonight, but Brentford leading here 2-1. It's late. We're in extra time right now, and it looks like Brentford's going to get a win here over Man U. Also watching action from Serie A right now. Also La Liga with Levante and Getafe tied at 1-1. Bundesliga about to kick off 4 games, ready to fire here. Subs got you covered here in the EPL action with Crystal Palace plus a half a goal there, and also Bournemouth at plus 150.
Final.
There says sub. I'm tracking these here too. Let's get on these here. That's on the three-way with Bournemouth. Thank you, Sub. We'll see Sub tonight. Good morning to Timothy Hawk here. Robert Montgomery. Blake is here. Good morning. Going over in the Bandy game. Sub says he's got some other plays here as well with action here in PFL Middle East. And see if we can get those up there with Benkachi and Hamill. I believe that'd be a parlay for minus 132. So other action here right now in the UFC. Thank you to Sub. Also coming in with action in championship here with Middlesbrough with a DNB
Final.
here. Draw no bet right now. Coming in. Thank you, Sub. Really appreciate that. And we'll get more comments here and get right to the action, though. And Mike Humphrey, right? I mean, trying to do it. Hey, Mike, I mean, I'm trying to do a show here and trying to watch, but what a morning it's been. So, what a couple. Just putting myself through misery, too, right? I mean, probably should try to get a little sleep in here on a big day today, but had to make sure I set the alarm for maybe a few minutes after 4 a.m. anyway here on the West Coast right now to catch this Ryder Cup.
Final.
Mike Humphrey, hello. And Lovable's here. A great job, Lovable, being here today. Let's get it going. Lauren S. as well. Hello to Ava in the chat. Glad to see you stopping by here, Ava. Thank you very much. Real Madrid Doge is here today as well. Here is Lando. Sub says, hey, man, you going down here right now. I want to make sure we're all fired up and ready. If you guys comment in the chat, make sure you do comment. You can get a free round of plays from me here. Okay, the ESPN bulletin, I don't think it's a big deal, so I don't think we need to send a bulletin out on everything, ESPN. But if you comment in the chat, you can win some free plays from me. I've already sent out 9 plays for the early card in college football today. Hey, how about it in the AFL final? I hit that one with ease last night on the premium selections, as I said, and here's Brentford getting that third goal right now to make it 3-1. But I did send out the Brisbane Lions to win the AFL Grand Final last night, and they won 122-75. So we'll chalk up a win in the biggest Australian football match of the year overnight last night. All right, PCA. How about it, Terrell? Good job. You had it. I had it. We all had it with PCA coming through in the 4th inning with that home run. Doge says Mbappe for an anytime goal. Terrell says he had the aces last night. We'll cover that one here real quick with Minnesota and Phoenix. Great job by Phoenix there to take a 2-1 lead. They can wrap it up here next time out, or they'll go back to Minnesota. But game 4 will be coming up. Phoenix wins, and Las Vegas puts down Indiana to go up 2-1. They're on the road, so they've gotten that home court advantage back. Nuke says, smash this like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Take a look right now at Europe in the Ryder Cup. Man, with Fleetwood Mac up 4 holes on English and Morikawa, huge disappointment there. Rahm Manhattan 1 hole up on Schauffele and Cantlay. McIntyre and Hovland 1 up on Henley and Scheffler. Scotty, an ultimate disappointment in the Ryder Cup, and the U.S. is ahead in 1 match. But man, when you're already down 5.5 to 2.5, and you're down 3-1 right now, we might not even be worried about tomorrow. Thomas Lewis, thank you. Nice to see you today as well. AJ Stodd,
Final.
Great to have AJ
Final.
here. D-Money
Final.
well. And Terrell doesn't like Courtney Williams. Okay, please here today as well. He doesn't like the Stud Buds podcast. He Things, but she's been pretty strong there out there. But right now, Minnesota in trouble for sure, no doubt about it. All right. All right, let me make sure I'm calling up all the right moves here. Make sure we've got everything set so that we can have the contest here. I want to make sure we've got the top chatters as well, with Terrell, with Sub, with Doge in there, with Ava, Thomas Lewis, my man. We got Blake, we got Bobby Mack, we got Mike Humphrey, we got Lauren, and we got Timothy Hawk chatting here with us as our top chatters according to the YouTube algorithm. All right, let's look at real quick what happened last night in college football. Some great games here last night. And how about Virginia over Florida State? Did we have Virginia here on the show? You bet we did yesterday. Virginia got it done 46-38. I said
Final.
that, man, Virginia is going to get fined $5 million by running out the way they did. That was a real way to storm the field. We know they're not liking that these days, but I was like, man, they're going to get fined $5 million for that one. Maybe it'll only be $1 million. I don't know, but they went crazy after the 46-38 overtime victory. FSU forced overtime with a TD in the last 30 seconds of regulation, but Virginia gets the win 46-38, despite 6 turnovers in the game. Also,
Final.
Arizona State 27-24 over TCU. With the Sun Devils scoring 10 points in the last 50 to pull off a comeback win. TCU led 17-0 midway through the second quarter. Man, I had TCU plus the points, and may have gotten a push out of there for some of the followers, but may have been just short on it by half a point too, 27-24. And that was the score of the late game as well, with Houston and Oregon State. Houston didn't come close to covering that one, 27-24. Also there, Houston didn't get it done. I think we went with them in the first half here on the show, but they didn't quite have enough for Oregon State. So we're going to mark them down a little bit, take a notch down on Houston there. All right, where do we stand right now in the Major League Baseball the pennant races here going into the final 2 days of the season? We will preview only the games that have a meaning here tonight, but how about the Reds yesterday over the Brewers? 3-1. Cincinnati gets that win. We said take them here there on the run line, but the Reds won 3-1. Cincinnati bullpen got 14 outs. They did not allow a hit, and the Reds take over that last wild card spot here right now, tied with the Mets heading in right now. But the Reds will win the tiebreaker with the Mets if that is necessary. If the teams end with the same record, Reds get the tiebreaker over the Mets, and that's how they run it. They're, no playoff anymore. We don't do it like that. You better win this situation. The Reds key there with that tiebreaker currently. Marlins over the Mets 6-2. The Marlins continue to play spoiler whenever they play the Mets at the end of the season. Marlins scored 6 runs in the 5th inning to make a winner of Sandy Alcantara in his final start of the season. We did take the Miami Marlins yesterday here on the show. Padres over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Fernando Tatis returned from illness to hit a grand slam that broke the game open. Phony Gwynn, Luis Arraez, 4 hits for San Diego. They are trying to put pressure on the Cubs and try to wrestle that home field advantage for the 3-game series. It is going to be tough, but they did win there yesterday, but so did the Cubs. So Cubs won that early game, and yeah, PCA did hit that home run. Great job, you guys, hitting that 4-1, 5-1. Hope you had it. And we did have the under here on the show in the Cubs game yesterday. All right. Also, Red Sox over the Tigers. Rafaela walk-off triple over the center field fence, and the Red Sox celebrated in green, clinching their first playoff spot since 2021. Detroit and Cleveland remain tied atop the AL Central as the Tigers go down to defeat. We did have a Win Club winner with Boston there yesterday. We swept in the Win Club. Hope you guys noticed that, going 4-0 yesterday in Major League Baseball here with the Win Club. We had some games that weren't that important, but we did have a winner, for example, with the Atlanta game there with Pittsburgh, with total to go over in the win club, and it certainly did yesterday. Also, Rangers beat the Guardians 7-3. Alejandro Osuna, a 3-run home run in the first inning. Jack Leiter struck out 10 batters, and the Guardians have lost consecutive games for the first time since September 2nd, but still hanging on right now in that situation with the Tigers. It's going to come right down to it here at the end of these last two games. Tigers currently hold the third AL wild card, 1 game ahead of Houston. Tigers will win the tiebreaker against Houston. They'll lose the tiebreaker against the Guardians, and we'll update you here as we go along with those. Angels beat the Astros 4-3 there, with Hendricks in his final game of his career, striking out 8. Mike Trout homered twice and has 403 insignificant home runs in his career. Houston led 3-0. Angels win 4-3, and the Astros are holding on here right now, trying to stay in the race. But, man, they're a game out here at this point, and it's going to be close here for the Astros. They might be the team on the outside looking in, and nobody's going to miss them. Come on. All right, hope we got to all of them for you there, and we'll continue. We don't want to get too deep into it because we got college football. We'll talk about baseball when we get there, okay? Let's go to the chat here real quick and see what you guys are saying, and we'll get started on the previews here in college football today with the big games. All right, Blake with Virginia there. And Terrell, man, it was a good finish there, wasn't it? And Thomas says his Guardians might have run out of gas. I don't know. I think they're going to get in there. And, there's Life. Life with Kane is joining us there. Thanks, Life with Kane, underneath the X banner there. D. Kane, that's my man right there. Way to come through for me. And welcome over here to the Sports Money Network. We're doing the same thing, but doing it early here on Saturday. And I got 3 plays. I want you to go over to winnable.com. I've sent out 3 selections here today in FCS football, or the added board, if you know what I mean. So go over to winnable.com/Ramon and sign up for the free package there. I do have 3 games already on tap in college football for you if you want to check those out. The reason I mention it here is they are on the added board. These are 3 games that are likely to move. I wouldn't be surprised if we're on the air here like I always do on Saturday, trying to report that FCS steam, just to get you a little head start if you want to bet some FCS. So why not go over there right now, pardon me, and check out the free picks over there on Winnable. It looks like this. See free VI picks from Ramon Scott. You hit subscribe there, you get signed up, and you won't be charged anything for those, but you get some more plays. I got 273 subscribers. Probably not like all those IG cappers, but a few people want to know what I'm on, and I've got 3 plays. I'm going to give some more steam out here right now as we get going with the show. That's kind of what our Saturday show is about, as far as it goes with that steam coming in. All right, one note, just noting here coming in, Detroit, which weren't sure of what their pitching plans were. We're going to see probably some Paddock in there, but it looks like Keter Montero, has he already started like a game just the other day, or did they start somebody else? But looks like Keter Montero is going to get the start here, but then I would expect also Chris Paddock in there today for the Tigers in that game against Boston with early pitching. The price here right now is about $1.40, 9 under 20. We'll cover it, but I just want to get that in there. Montero, all right? And use the promo code STEAM if you want to get the paid plays. Like I said, I got a 9-pack of games out there right now, and my UFC picks, which if you watch the show tonight, I give out the picks during the show. You don't necessarily have to subscribe, but if you want to get it early, you can subscribe and get my plays for UFC. So, all right.
consistent play.
All right, let's keep going here right now. And okay, sorry about that. I'm just reading some news here real quick. Make sure we don't miss anything today. A lot going on here. And D. Kane likes LSU. And right. Okay, let's get going here. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything here on the show. And we're going to roll along here with our college football action here right now to get things started and have a great show with early action here. And I'm going to start with Notre Dame taking on Arkansas here, and Notre Dame favored on the road by 5 here right now, and the total 63.5, maybe 64 here. Opened a little bit lower than this, has been moving up here at this point for the Irish here coming into this one. Look, it's been pretty solid so far, no doubt about it. But the Hogs are at home here in this one. That could make a difference. Notre Dame's just 1-2 so far. Don't laugh that they're in the preview. We're always going to preview Notre Dame here on the morning steam. Notre Dame with losses to Miami and A&M. They did crush Purdue last week, 56-30 last game. Notre Dame's allowed 330 yards on average in their last 2 games. Under Freeman, Notre Dame is 5-2 against the spread as a road favorite. Notre Dame is still 22-9 in their last 31 games on the football field against the spread. That's pretty good. Arkansas here has lost their last 2 games, allowing 73 points in those 2 games while scoring 66. They are kind of a little bit of an offensive juggernaut, it feels like here, and I think they're going to be able to score against Notre Dame, quite frankly. But Greens look pretty good here at quarterback. All 3 of Arkansas's games have gone over the total. All 3 of Notre Dame's games have gone over the total. I mean, Arkansas's FBS games. So I'm going over the total here at 64. I'm taking the over with Notre Dame and Arkansas. All right, Thomas likes Ohio State today. He likes Oregon. He likes Indiana. Who doesn't like those teams? Blake likes Arkansas here. Thomas says Notre Dame wins, but Arkansas gets some money here today. And I'll take the over in this one. Next up, there we go. USC and Illinois. It's been a long morning here when you're trying to root. But no, look, I'm on Europe. I remember I've been on Europe since all week here, pretty much saying, hey, we're taking Europe. Great shot right here by Fleetwood. Fleetwood Mac. What a name for Rory and Tommy Fleetwood. Fleetwood Mac. Great band, right? Wild. They're so good. And he just hit a crazy shot there for Europe. So they're hot right now. Fleetwood Mac, and so is Europe. Boy, this is something else. Okay, got to keep going here right now. USC taking on Illinois here in this one with SC on the road, favored by 7. The total 59.5. You know, there's something to be said for USC when they go out on the road right now since joining the Big Ten. They have enough defense, it feels like, usually to be in there, hang in there, get it done, even if they're favored. Get the numbers here sometimes. Look at that 33-17 win over Purdue. Yeah, that was 50 points, right? And SC comes in 4-0, 2-0 in the Big Ten right now. They've scored 78 points, a little bit intimidating, and they've have nearly 1,000 yards so far in those 2 games, but been a strong quarterback, and Jordan Mailata, I've got to be a big fan of his for sure. Riley just 3-10 against the spread as a road favorite, however, and 9-22 in his career against the spread as a road favorite. But man, really feels like that SC has a pretty strong team. And Illinois, look, I'm not going to put them down for that loss against Indiana. Indiana's darn good. We know that. But USC is pretty good too this season. Illinois 3-1, 0-1. They lost to Indiana 63-10. They did beat Duke, clubbed them really 45-19, and beat Western Michigan 38-0. Bielma here, nothing distinctive other than the fact that it was a pretty profitable in conference games, of course, back when he was with Wisconsin and sort of here with Illinois. But I'm going to go under here in this one. I think USC has enough defense here to kind of keep Illinois in check, and I don't think they'll be as explosive as like Indiana was against Illinois in that last game. So I got to go under here in this one with USC and Illinois. It says 59.5, but you know what? It's like 61 or 60.5 here. So, I always say give me the toughest line, but you know what? I'd be fooling myself if I didn't say to you that this line's closer to 61.5 than it is 59.5 right now. So it's probably closer to at least 61. So I'm going to go under here with USC and Illinois. Bobby Mack liked Notre Dame there. He also, Elliott liked the over there. Let's see. Thomas going to go with Illinois here. Take those points. Nuke likes SC to roll. Good morning to Trap God. D-Money USC. Elliott USC. And Thomas says going to put USC in a money line parlay somewhere along the line. Robert likes USC and got Blake joining me here with the under. Can't wait to talk balls here. We're going to talk balls on this show, so get ready, Blake. We're going to talk balls here in just a couple of minutes from right now. But I think next up, I was going to go with just having a little bit of trouble with my banners here, getting them in order here. I don't know what's going on here right now, but I think Indiana's next, aren't they? There we go. Yes. All right, here we go. Indiana and Iowa. I got to talk about Indiana, man. Indiana, juggernaut here at this point. Great fun to watch, too, with Heisman Trophy candidate at quarterback, right? And Fernando Mendoza. Where's our man? Fernando in the chat, right? I mean, we made him a Heisman candidate. So where is he? We need his picks in here with this one, with Indiana taking on Iowa here in a pretty big game. Indiana goes in 4-0 so far. They've won their FBS games 27-14, 56-9, and 63-10. Not only are they a good passing team, they rushed for 312 yards against Illinois. So that just goes to show you where Illinois truly stands in a game last week that they were going to think they had a chance there. Come on. But Fernando Mendoza comes in here now. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate for a coach that, well, he's a master at covering the spread. I'll tell you that. Signetti 9-2 against the spread as a road favorite, 3-0. Indiana as a road favorite, 3-0. ATS, Signetti 19-7 in his career in the Big Ten right now. Indiana went over in 3 straight, but they have a good defense too. And with Iowa coming in here, they won at Rutgers 38-28. They lost at Iowa State, though, 16-13. Rutgers passed for 330 yards last week against Iowa. Gronowski, he's had his moments so far for sure for Iowa. That's why they're coming in with a pretty good record here at 3-1. And Hawkeyes are among the best underdogs around, 20-8 ATS in the last 10 years as an underdog. Ferentz as an underdog at 34-24 in his career. Hawkeyes have won 8 of the last 9 in this series, and the series is usually an over series, even though when you think of Iowa football, you're used to think under city. Even 47 looks kind of high in an Iowa game, but that's because Indiana's so good here. But I think it will stay under in this one. It might be Iowa having trouble scoring, actually, against Indiana. And maybe Iowa will be just tough enough at home to keep it within realm here. It's gone down from 49 to 47. So the move's clearly on the under here. Maybe there's some 47.5s and 48s, but give me the toughest line here at 47. And I'm taking the under with Indiana and Iowa here today. And love to see the games at Iowa when we salute the children in the hospital. Okay, here we go. We've got our first moves coming in here on the added board today, so let's keep track of these. And they've been hitting pretty strong. I mean, I don't think that's a first game on the board. That's what they do, right? They just go right down in order. Steam coming in on the over with Stetson and Davidson. It was 46.5, but now we're up to 47.5. Thomas, we're in Dayton tonight. Stetson and Dayton. That's actually at 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific. Steam coming in on the under right now. Steam coming in on the over, 46.5 up to 47.5. Stetson and Davidson. All right. Hello to Stop Geo in the chat. He's going to be going with some unders, it looks like. Robert likes an under here in this one with me in the Indiana game. Elliot likes Indiana. Blake says lay the points. I think Terrell says, look, that was a attention-grabbing win last week, and maybe they're overrated here right now. But, man, Indiana's been doing this for a year straight. Longer, really, but really at the top level here. Everybody kind of almost started to try to fade them a little bit at the beginning, and they're just saying, no, you don't do that right now. Indiana here, -8.5 for Nuke. Timothy, though, taking Iowa. Thomas is on Indiana here. All right, thanks, you guys. Great job. Let's go next to I am having some trouble here with the graphics. Okay, we got LSU. Where is it? There we go. God. Okay, LSU and Ole Miss. Got to go to this one. Both teams come in 4-0 here right now with LSU taking on Ole Miss. Ole Miss favorite in this one by 2 or 2.5 right now. It looks like it's going up a little bit. LSU, Ole Miss -2. The total here is 57.5 actually. So let's update it on the screen here right now and then get down to it with these two. Definitely moving higher here, and probably have to move that one to the play here right now. I was thinking maybe I'd look to the side here because I do like Ole Miss, but let's see what you guys have here with LSU and Ole Miss, and I'll talk about it. For LSU here, 1-0 in conference. They beat Florida 20-10. They also beat Clemson 17-10. They got a strong quarterbacking play from Nussmeier, of course, but Kelly coming in here, 21-13 in his career as a road dog. Ole Miss comes in having won their first conference game 30-23 at Kentucky. Simmons has looked good here at quarterback. So far, shaking off an early season injury. He's 33 of 55 for 576 yards so far. For Kiffin here, Rebels 6-2 against the spread as a home favorite with Kiffin. LSU's won 7 of the last 9, however, in this series. But the last two were those two were the last two visits into Oxford, 55-49 and 31-17. This series has gone over in 6 of the last 8 meetings, and I'm going to go over 57.5 here with this one. It's up from 55, so no value really, but I'm going to take the over with LSU and Ole Miss. And so is Thomas. He's going to take LSU. Nuke is going to take LSU on the money line here, and I'm going to report to you some more steam on the college added board right now, and it is Duquesne in their matchup with New Haven Chargers. Duquesne here -11.5 up to it looks like 12.5 right now. The steam came in on Duquesne against New Haven, a new addition to the board this year. The Detroit Tigers are also taking some steam right now on the Major League Baseball board here this afternoon. We're going to preview the baseball in just a second, but right now the Tigers are taking a little bit of steam here right now in that game with Boston, maybe after they settled on their pitching plans with Montero and Paddock. That seems like a deadly combo. All right, so keep it moving here right now. I want to say hello to Arthur Wesley. He's on the under in the LSU game, but Blake will lean over. Terrell says LSU over on their team total. And let's continue on right now with our next game up here in the 3:30 p.m. block. It's Auburn and Texas A&M with the Tigers here on the road and College Station. And A&M's favored in this one by 7 now. Up from 6.5 for sure, and the total is crept up here to 52 here right now. So I'm going to call it 7.52. I think seems reasonable. And discuss this one because Auburn comes in here 3-1, but they lost their SEC opener, of course. Remember last week to Oklahoma with Jackson Arnold, the former Oklahoma quarterback, getting beat there. But Tigers did. Rush for just 67 yards in that game last week. Hugh Freeze in his career is 19-11 as a road underdog in his coaching career. For A&M here, they're 3-0. They're averaging 43 points a game in those wins so far. Looking pretty good here with Reed at quarterback. But, under Coach Elko, they are just 2-6 against the spread as a home favorite, and A&M 8-13 last 21 against the spread in SEC conference games. Teams have split the last 6. In the series, Auburn lost 27-10 and 20-3 in their last 2 visits into College Station. 3 of the last 4 meetings have gone under between these 2 teams coming in. I want to hear from you in the chat if you want to make a selection here in the game between Auburn and Texas A&M today. All right, here we go in the chat with Robert going over here in this one. A&M's gone over in 5 of their last 6, but Auburn's gone under in 4 of their last 5. Arthur likes A&M on the money line. Jerry says, man, they're tied again, Detroit and Cleveland. Nuke likes Texas A&M here on this one, laying the 7 points. And I'm on Auburn, so I'm going to go against Nuke here. But I tell you what, I flip-flopped last night, so it's not a solid, very solid pick. I do love this total a lot, so I'll just go with the side here. And I was kind of thinking the other way, actually, because the steam had kind of come in on the under, and I think that to me kind of looked like that favored A&M, but in the end, I'm going to call it less than a touchdown game here. Give Auburn a chance at least. A&M still 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 games overall, although they have won 7 of their last 8 at home. Auburn, nothing special either. They're 1-4 ATS in their last 5. Blake's going to go under there as well. I got some more steam rolling in here on the added board right now, so get ready for your FCS bets here. And it's going to be Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, they're taking the steam here against Lehigh. And Lehigh was a 13.5 point favorite, down to 12.5 here right now. Penn took the steam against Lehigh, and also moments ago, Columbia, they took the steam against Georgetown. They were 10.5 point favorites, but they're up to 12, I believe, here right now. Columbia taking the steam big time there against Georgetown here on the Morning Steam Show. All right. Let's see here. Robert's on the Aggies there. You guys are going to make me pay. That's, like I said, I flip-flopped here late last night when, did my final dive, and I flip-flopped. 9 Legacy says take Texas A&M on the spread, Ole Miss on the spread, and Indiana on the spread. Thank you to 9 Legacy. All right, I've got one more in the 3:30 block here right now, and it's Ohio State taking on Washington here in this one. And for Ohio State here, not quite a double-digit favorite. In fact, I'm going to dial it back here, and I think we're looking at Ohio State by 8.5 here in this one, and the total up to 53 right now here on some widely reported steam came in on Ohio State, but I think this is going to be pretty tough for my man Julian Sayin. go in here to Seattle. Both teams come in with 3-0 records right now, so I think Washington is not terrible for sure. They've won 20 straight games at home, and they're 8.5-point dogs. So I've got to take Washington here. I might even take them on the money line. Sure, Ohio State 6-0-1 against the spread. Their last 7 games, 12-2. Last 14 on the road. They're awesome. We know it. Washington's gone over in 6 straight games coming in right now, and to me, it seems like when you've won 20 straight games at home and you got a freshman quarterback coming in here. Look, I'm a Julian Sayin guy. I want this man to succeed at Ohio State, but this one feels a little bit tricky here right now. Washington has scored 38 and 59 points in their FBS game so far. Williams, he's just a sophomore with not very much experience, but Washington did have some big outputs, almost 1,000 yards against some weaker teams in the Colorado State Rams and Washington State. Washington's been a dismal conference team in going back to the days of the Pac-10, 22 and 38 in their last 60 conference games over the 2 conferences here. For Ohio State coming in, saying so far 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's 56 of 71 for 779 yards. Under Coach Day, he is 38 and 26 against the spread as a favorite, 31 and 21 against the spread in the Big Ten. I'm going to take Washington plus the points, however, here tonight. And Arthur Wesley likes Washington against the spread. Thomas Lewis says he's on Washington. Nine Legacy likes Ohio State to cover. Robert likes the over here in this one. Thomas says Ohio State will win, though, and Washington gets the money. Blake likes Washington plus the points. And Jerry Jones says Ole Miss to beat LSU with their best back out of this game. Steam coming in right now on the added board. Let's get you some more plays. How about Morehead State? Anybody interested in the Eagles here today? Morehead taking some steam here right now on the added board against Presbyterian. They were getting, get this, 23.5 points, and it's down to 21. Morehead taking the steam here against Presbyterian. Final. I believe that's the matchup today. There's that Levante. No wonder my game ended over here. There's that Levante and Getafe game, that final of 1-1 in La Liga here this morning. We're getting ready for the Man City game there. Also ready to go here momentarily. So soccer fired up everywhere here right now. I don't know why I'm worried about putting the game on while I'm trying to talk to you guys. Nuke is on the Buckeyes here, just because when I would look around and I'm looking at I don't even want to look at the golf anymore. Although Young is playing terrific for the United States, no doubt about it. He is at least 1 star here so far. Norfolk State and Wagner taking some steam here to the over in their FCS matchup. Steam is coming in on the over with Norfolk State and Wagner. It was 46.5. Now it's 47.5 right now. All right. Here we go. Oh, I could put on the 4-pack of Bundesliga games. Okay, Washington for Sammy Sosa. And Penn State beat overrated Oregon. Penn State to beat overrated Oregon. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate that. Let's keep it moving here right now. Hopefully you're enjoying the coverage here with me on the morning steam here on Saturday. I don't want to go too fast. We've got a lot of stuff to cover here, and I'm getting into the night games now. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific with Arizona taking on Iowa State. And got the Cyclones here favored in this one. It looks like by 5 here right now. Total 48.5. Definitely gone down here. 48.5 right now. And got the Cats here on the road in this one. And the spread has definitely moved here in favor of Arizona. They were 6.5, but took some widely reported steam in this one. And man, on the road here at Iowa State, though, does sound a little bit dicey for Arizona here right now. They do come in 3-0. They beat Hawaii 40-6. They beat Kansas State 23-17. They rushed for 234 yards in that one. A pretty solid quarterback in Fafita. But Arizona just 14-26 against the spread as a road underdog in the last 10 years. Not great, really, long term. Also 7-11 against the spread. Last 18 off of a win for Iowa State here. They've won their 3 FBS games by just 3, 3, and 8 points. So maybe it will be close. Got a solid quarterback here and Anthony Beck. A year's worth of experience, but feels older, doesn't he? Cyclones 12-8 against the spread in their last 20 Big 12 games. Iowa State's gone under so far in all 3 games, and I'm going to take Iowa State here actually and lay the points. I don't know if I'm contrarian with that move, but I'm actually going to take the Cyclones here in this one. First meeting in 25 years between these two programs, but I'm going to go with Iowa State here in this one. See what you guys have in the chat. Arizona is just 5-10 against the spread in their last 15 games. Iowa State's won 8 of their last 9 at home. Arizona also just 1-4 against the spread, last 5 on the road. Okay, let's see here. We've got Arthur likes Arizona here with the spread. And Thomas Lewis on Arizona. Jerry saying BYU here. Thomas has my whole menu right here. But I love those. My new favorite thing is those grape ice cream bars. What are they called? They're made with the grape puree, and they taste so delicious. Outshine. I really love these. Man, I almost want to have it for dinner or for breakfast. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Hello to AOD in the chat. And Robert likes the under here in this one with Arizona and Iowa State. All right. I will take the under as well. Arizona's under in 4 of their last 6. I'll take the under. Hello, Mike Humphrey. All right, next up. Gonna skip down here. That was our only game there, I think. Okay, here we go. New Haven and Duquesne. We heard that first move on Duquesne minus the points. Now the steam has come in on the under with New Haven Chargers and Duquesne Dukes. Under 56.5 down to 55.5 here right now with New Haven and Duquesne. And people ask, are they still good moves after the move? And in the FCS, they are still more solid than a big move here. Often those lines are a little more out of whack. So, yeah, they might move more. And obviously, the more they move, the more value they lose. But there's already some inherent value because the line is a little bit more mispriced than it is on, say, these big board games that are covered by everybody every day type of thing. So I usually don't worry too much, even on a point or two move. And again, we're just talking about trying to extract some value, a little bit of casual betting, but also trying to make sure we're on the right sides. I think if that's fair of me to say. All right, I think you guys know where I'm coming from when I try to go over this stuff with you. Want to have a great day, a great betting day, and have a great day of winning. All right, let's continue on, though, and get into the late action here at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific with the big one. Oregon taking on Penn State. And Penn State here favored by 3.5. This should be awesome no matter how you look at it with the Nittany Lions at home here against those Ducks. Did we see what uniforms are the Ducks wearing? You have the most plain uniforms in the history of football and the most extravagant. That's the preview. All right. For the Ducks here, Uh, Obviously, they come in hot here, 4-0 right now with Moore looking pretty good there at quarterback. They uh, won the 3 FBS games by a combined score of 144-24 so far. A one on the road at Northwestern, 34-14. Since the pandemic, Oregon is 4-1 against the spread as a road underdog. Also 3-0 under Coach Lanning in that role. Uh, Oregon's averaging 250 yards per game on the ground against their FBS foes. Penn State comes in 3-0. They beat Nevada 46-11. They beat Florida International 34-0. So far, Aller, I think we've got what we're expecting from him. Maybe we're expecting too much of him, but Penn State still, Coach Franklin likes to get that money. 16-9 against the spread. Their last 25 at home, also 16-11 in their last 27 conference games, and 36-25 as a home favorite under Franklin overall. Last year, of course, Oregon beat Penn State 45-37 in the title game, in the Big Ten title game. A great game it was, and that was their first meeting in 25 years, and we'll have one year later, not even 1 year later. I'm going to go under here in this one. I know that is a wild score from last season, but I think you're in Happy Valley. It's going to be a little bit different than playing on the neutral, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to take the under here at 53. We could always say we wish it was higher. And I don't know. It's funny because I think, and I don't know if you guys are, I don't report ticket counts. I mean, everybody thinks, they like it, they don't. These counts, those counts. To me, it seems like the tickets are running about 3-1 on the under. And I was like, usually don't want to be a part of that when I'm taking an under in a game where maybe you think these teams are still pretty awesome and can score some points. But I'm going to go under in this one. All right. Let's see what you got here, chat. Thank you for so much for being here. And all right, Futon Bets, thank you. Nice to see you. Mike Humphrey's going to try the Outshine bar. I might go get one right now. Stan Don Busy. Nice to meet Stan Don Busy. Made his first comment talking about the uniforms, right? What made me think, Don, was there was an article on ESPN talking about the evolution of the Oregon uniforms, and I think it was purposely written this week because of that. It didn't say, I don't think it said so in the article, but I thought about it right away. I was like, yeah, how about that? And of course, a lot of people, I want to say kids, or, when you're young, some, nerdy kids or sport nerd kids like me, I think too, even said, you know what, we always liked Penn State because of the uniforms, kind of, right? Even after what happened at Penn State there many years ago. I mean, that was all right. Blake with the over, Robert with the over. I don't mind. You guys are on the over. That's fine. I don't blame you, I guess. Arthur, Oregon on the spread. And Thomas, I'm trying to maybe I should be on the over with all these guys, but Thomas is like, I'm going to back the trip. He's kidding there, I think. Nuke says Justin's going to the game. All right, man. Justin gets a hot ticket, man. Man, what would we like to go to Happy Valley and all there is wearing white, or is it a whiteout? All right. Oh, I'm on the under. Okay, here we go. More action here. Now we're quickly into Alabama and Georgia. This one starts at the same time. Georgia, 3.5-point favorite here. I'm sorry, Georgia's a 2-point favorite, fam, here tonight. And the move, okay, I'll say it. The move is clearly on Alabama. And, okay, maybe this is where Alabama, gets its mojo back. I mean, I obviously have mistimed the market on Alabama, trying to get on them from the get-go. They are 2-1. They lost their road game to Florida State, 31-17. They were held under 100 yards in 2 of their 3 games so far. Simpson, we'll see if he's, fits the part or what is going on here with Alabama, but they're a road underdog in this game for the first time since 2015. So maybe that shows why the move is coming in. Remember, they kind of own Georgia. But so far I'm not happy with Alabama. I mean, I'm on them to win the national title. DeBoer 5-1 against the spread as an underdog in his career as a head coach. Alabama 11-6 against the spread. Their last 17 conference games, Alabama's gone over in all 3 games so far. Georgia beat Marshall 45-7. They beat Tennessee. Remember in that thriller 44-41. They have nearly 1,000 yards in their 2 FBS games so far. Stockton, we think of him as kind of a veteran. He's only been in there for a few games, really. Georgia just 8-17 against the spread. Their last 25 as a home favorite. Kirby Smart just 19-33 against the spread as a home favorite, even though he has a winning record against the spread in conference games. The Dogs are just 5-17. Their last 23 when coming off of a win to the number. So Alabama's won 9 of the last 10 series games, but this is the first time Alabama's been here in 10 years. I'm going over in this one. I think we get a goofy, if you know what I mean. I've got this one going over here with Alabama and Georgia here tonight. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. Do you agree with me here? Georgia and Alabama have gone over in 10 of the last 13 meetings between the two. Georgia's just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games, but 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games. They've won 20 straight games at home, kind of like the Washington deal, but it's SEC 20 straight at home. And some other games too, but you know what I mean. Alabama's 6-3 against the spread in their last 9. Let's hear from the chat. All right. Thomas likes Alabama. Blake likes Georgia. Don says, do you prefer to fade or play the steam? I'd say I'm 60-40 play the steam, Don. I think I'm 60-40 play the steam. Maybe it's more, maybe it might be more like 60-20, like play the steam, don't do anything, and then 20% maybe fade the steam, right? If that makes sense. Thank you, Don. Really good to have you here today. I like the little train too. I think that's what a lot of people tune into this show is. I like to talk about the moves. I'm really a market handicapper. I try to fulfill a narrative with a little bit of a tale, and I think we have a little fun with it too. I like talking story, if you know what I mean. Anybody catch me on my timeline on my high school show last night talking about something nobody cares about, 25 viewers or whatever, but I don't care. I just love talking, telling tales. All right, Robert here's on Alabama. High Tide. Nuke is on Georgia. What defense is scoring a TD today? And let's see, Thomas maybe goes with Indiana D here. All right, hey, I got to keep it moving here right now on the morning steam. And next up, we are into the late block here, if I'm not mistaken, right now with BYU. Last game, BYU in Colorado here with Cougars on the road taking on the Buffs here tonight. And for BYU here, they've 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. They've won 6 of their last 7 on the road. Colorado 10-4 against the spread, last 14 overall. 10-5, last 15, straight up coming in. So, look, I know that people kind of want to fade Coach Prime, but don't do that. You're not making money. So far with Coach Prime, 9-5 against the spread as an underdog. Under Coach Prime here, he's also 4-1 against the spread as a home underdog. So Sanders also 13-6 against the spread in conference games. I like this one to go over though here tonight. BYU beat Colorado 36-14 in the Alamo Bowl last year, but remember all the Colorado guys had already checked out. Pretty much. So I think Colorado will score, even if they are a little bit less experienced. Remember, they brought in Staub now to play quarterback from Liberty. I mean, the guy has more than 2 years of quarterbacking under his belt for a team that does like to throw a little bit for sure. So Buffalo's have really been running well so far, averaging 250 yards, 260 yards of rushing offense in their losses. Scored 20 points in their 2 losses, scored 31 and 37 in their 2 wins. So I'm going to go over here in this one with BYU and Colorado tonight. BYU's gone over in 8 of their last 12. Colorado's been an under, but I'll take them to go over here tonight at 47. Come on. 49.5. See, I knew I had them in here as a free play for a reason. Call it 49.5. So we got to put a little tax in there. All right, that's it for football. Oh, let me get your plays here real quick. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Arthur on Georgia, Thomas on BYU, and Nuke says, and I think one thing that, right, Nuke, here's the thing. When we talk about the steam, right, we try to identify the true steam, right? Maybe the ones that are initiated by, I think you can almost say like, yes, oh, I missed the move, right? Oh, I missed the move on that. But if we can determine true steam, right? Like sharp steam. I know that's a little bit tough to say, but there are some ways out there you can do it. That's kind of what I try to specialize in. But you not only have the edge of the steam, right, but you've also got a strong play behind it. So, yeah, sometimes you got to overcome a little bit. And just like anything, you're going to end up on, maybe giving up 1 point. And, hey, sometimes it is going to make the difference. So, all right. So, as I mentioned, though, real quick, I was talking about Liberty there. Let me see here. Okay, I'm ready to go. Here, let me get a few more plays here right now. We got off on a train wreck there. All right. Oh, look, Elliot says got a weather report here. It's going to be raining out there, heavy rain. Robert going over with me in this one. And 9 Legacy BYU. He loves BYU right now. And I get it. They're looking pretty good. All right. All right, that's it for football. Oh, I've got a little bit more steam coming in right now. I think, like I said, on these games, I think it's even more significant. That's why I've chosen this to be a segment in the game, even though I have to interrupt everything. Rhode Island taking some steam against Western Michigan. We're seeing this one, Rhode Island getting steamed here over Rhode Island, Western Michigan. It was 44, but right now we're seeing that go up to 45. Steam on the over, Rhode Island and Western Michigan. Also, just moments ago, Central Connecticut was taking some steam in their matchup here. Central Connecticut was getting 9 points, and now they're getting 8 here from Dartmouth. Dartmouth was a 9-point road favorite, now 8. The steam came in on Central Connecticut. And anybody who's been tracking these moves knows what's been going on. Delaware State, Sacred Heart got steamed here, taking the points against Delaware State. Delaware State was a 6.5-point favorite, down to 5.5. Watch out for those key numbers, of course, too. But the steam came in on Sacred Heart against Delaware State just moments ago. Okay, we're ready to move on. We got Major League Baseball here. Try to keep you updated on the pennant race or the playoff chase. And I've got some plays as well. Abel, hello. Nice to see you. He's got USC today. And thank you, Stan. Appreciate it. You can see we got a great community in here. A lot of people, a lot of good friendly talk in here. I don't really tolerate anything else. I just like to keep it to sports betting here, and they got some hardcore bettors in our chat for sure. That's hopefully that's the kind of people I'm attracting here in our conversations. All right, we're going to Major League Baseball here right now, and I got to keep it moving with the Yankees. Oh, Blake, not ready yet. Blake, wait. Oh, did I miss that? No, we went on that game, right, Blake? Blake, did I miss the Tennessee? We did that game, right? I took the over, right? I hope I did. I thought I gave the over out, Tennessee and Mississippi State. And I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay, sorry, Blake. I know I was going to touch on that game for you. Let me make sure. I'll just do it real quick. I'm on to baseball. I'm sorry. I'm going over in the game between Tennessee and Mississippi State. I think Tennessee right now, very strong situation. I think with Aguiar at quarterback. I think Tennessee is looking pretty damn sharp here. And against Mississippi State, they're a touchdown favorite. I got to think this one's going through the roof. Blake knows every Tennessee game. You got probably I'm making this shit up now. They've got 70% chance to go over, and Blake knows I'm not kidding, right? Tennessee's always going over, and in this game tonight, you know it's going over. I've got the over. I've already moved on my script over here. I'm not going to go back. Give me the over in Tennessee and Mississippi State. Sorry to Blake. He likes his balls there, and I like the over in that game, and I love Aguiar for sure right now. And I've already clicked off my charts that was telling me all the overs that Tennessee gets, right? Tennessee is on, and you know me and my unders, so I'm looking over. Delaware and Sacred Heart did get some steam. I'll just be fair and honest right now. I sent it out on the VIP picks. You may have already subscribed to them there before the show. It was a 49.5 when I sent it out about 2.5 hours ago. Just moments ago, that game is now getting steamed here to 52.5. Already, beating it here by 3 points. If you got my update, steam to the over Delaware State and Sacred Heart. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, Blake. That was for you. Jimmy Lambeau, and I don't care. I love Jimmy Lambeau, though, and I hope so. We'll see. Let's get to it. Let's get to the baseball here right now. Thomas, I don't think those teams are in the ACC. Okay, Sonny Thompson, thank you in there. Sonny, yesterday. All right, here we go. You see, Nine Legacy's already on the Yankees, and I think Robert was on the Bulldogs there. Here we go. And, all right, I'm on baseball. All right, and it's Sagano. We're going to go fast on these picks. It's all about the football today, but we're keeping track of the races here for sure. We want to know what's going on. The Yankees currently hold the first AL wild card. They win the tiebreaker versus the Mariners. They lose the tiebreaker versus the Blue Jays. The Yankees own that tiebreaker over the Mariners, but would lose out to the Blue Jays if they finish tied with either of those clubs here. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. Still, Yankees, they beat up on the Orioles yesterday, and I think they know the assignment here, and I think they'll do it again today. I like the Yankees to crush here, and I'm going to go with a run line here. It might be pretty easy to go with a run line, but hey, on Saturday, I'm not looking too heavily here. And Abel here is on the Yanks. And Sonny is ready to teach me how to Dougie. What else was I going to say today? I had a funny here also. There it is. Nuke says if the Yankees lose early, the Jays will clinch with a home win later this afternoon. So you see there what is at stake also for the Blue Jays when it comes to their situation, tied for first in the AL East. They win the tiebreaker versus both the Mariners and the Yankees. The Blue Jays become the first AL club to clinch a spot there last week, and they'll be in great shape if it ends up for the division title with a tie here with all those tiebreakers. Okay. Let's see here. Yankees run line. I'm just doing Yankees run line. And let's do it. Yep, we're going square here in this one. Maybe the Orioles show up today, but I don't think this is an unreasonable price for a team that just won 12-1 yesterday, knowing that they're trying to put the pressure on and get with the best possible result, if you know what I mean. So I'll take them at minus $1.10. All right, Cardinals and Cubs here right now with McGreevy going up against Jameson Tyone here in this one. And you do have the Cubs trying to battle it out here with the Padres right now. They currently hold the first wild card. They do lose the tiebreaker to the Padres. So they're just trying to get one more here to get that advantage right now. And they could do so here. They're a considerable favorite here in this one. Pennsylvania and Lehigh, we already saw the steam come in on the side in that game, right? Remember, it was on Penn at 13.5 to 12.5. Now here comes the steam on the under in Penn and Lehigh. It was 49.5 down to 48.5 here right now with Penn and Lehigh steam coming in on the under. Okay, Cardinals and Cubs here in this one. So Cubs, like I said, they trying to get that wild cards home field advantage here, locked up against the Cardinals, against the Padres here right now. They are $1.70, and the total here is 9/20 here in this one for the Cardinals. Coming in, the Cardinals right now have won just 3 of their last 11 games coming in, but the Cubs have actually lost 6 of their last 8 coming into this one right now. So it's still a pretty stiff price here at $1.70 right now at total 9.5 under 15. There are some 9 overs out there, but it feels like it's gone up here a little bit to 9.5 under. So let's update that. Like I said, the steam came in on the overs, on the over in this game, so that makes sense. All right, let me clean this up here. Get your plays in this one, and I'll make my call. Here we go. Abel's on the Cubs. Blake, Cubs first 5. Cubs run line here. Nuke says he'll take them this time. It says it worked yesterday. Yep, Cubs won that game. Tyone, 3.78 ERA, 106 whip. McGreevy, the Cards are 10-5 with McGreevy. Also, they are 8-3 with McGreevy on the mound. So I actually wanted to come back the other way and take the Cardinals, but they are minus $1.40 on the run line. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Cardinals here on the run line in this one at minus $1.40 here, and see if McGreevy can outduel Tyone a little bit. Maybe I'm rooting for the Padres, if you know what I mean, to get that home. They really need that home field. I mean, as strong as they've been, hopefully the bullpen can do it on the road, but maybe I'm just a little bit worried about that. Okay, Albany just got steamed just moments ago. Albany here in their game against New Hampshire, they were getting 15.5, but now it's down to 14.5 here right now as Albany just took the steam here against New Hampshire on that added board. All right, next up, the Rays are taking on those Blue Jays. Nuke, let's hear from you. Let's hear what's going on with Boyle going up against Yesevich here. And, man, he's been good. Well, he's been good in one, I think not so good in the other. I think he's got like a 5 ERA here right now for Yesevich in this one. And Blue Jays, $1.60 total, 8.5 here right now. See here, make sure you get that price right. Maybe down to $1.55, but 8.5 and shaded. Yeah, just call it 8.5 flat here in this one. For the Jays coming in, they've lost 6 of their last 9, but they've won 6 of their last 8 at home. Tampa Bay's actually won 11 of the last 15 games between the two teams, but Tampa Bay's lost 4 of their last 5 on the road and 5 of their last 7 overall. Coming in, 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Toronto's gone under in 14 of their last 20 games. Boyle's gone over in 6 of his 8 starts. He's got a 4.4 ERA, but a 2.09 batting average against. And let's see how you guys have this one with Tampa Bay taking on Toronto here. The chat with Sammy's on the Cubs here in this one. And Blue Jays run line, Cubs run line for 9 legacy. I'm going with the under here with Tampa Bay and Toronto. All right, we're going to skip one or two. Robert's on the under here. Lando checking in. He's got Tampa Bay on the money line. All right, I'm skipping a couple of here right now and going to the Mets, taking on the Marlins here with Clay Holmes, taking on Yuri Perez. Said yesterday, just take Miami. Just fade the Mets here. They just always lose to Miami when they're close to the playoffs. And that's where we're at right now with the Mets for sure. They're tied for Cincinnati. For the third wild card, they do lose the tiebreaker against the Reds, so it's crucial right now. The Mets need to win, but we'll see. I think we might see some pitching with Holmes and Perez. You got for Holmes coming in here, 3.66 ERA, 1.3 WHIP. Yuri Perez, 19 starts, 7-5 record, 104 WHIP, 197 batting average against for Perez here. Miami's actually gone under in for their last 6. Mets have been going over for sure of late. I think this total on screen might need to be updated here. I'm showing 8 over 20. A steam came in on the under here. That's the way I was already going. So I better just put the fair price down here. And Mets are I'll still call it $1.30, but give me the under here in this one with the Mets and the Marlins. I've got another under here in this one. Let me see what you guys got here. Nuke's going to watch it. Don says, yes, a bidge over. Well, and he is a high strikeout performer, Don, from the minor leagues for sure. And we kind of saw that in his first start. Not so much in his second, but Blake Ray's money line here. God, Europe is oh man, they're gonna go 3-1 here. It looks like again, man. It's gonna be 8.5 to 3.5 after this, unless the U.S. can pull something off here. It's a disaster right now. It is all black at Bethpage Black. Oh boy. Okay, Marlins money line here. Timothy Hawk here. Marlins, hello to Lovable. Marlins are spoiled fish, and the Mets are. Well, oh, yeah, man, these Mets. Okay, let's get into this one now. I got to update the Tigers pitching first because we heard Peter Montero is going to start here now. And I believe after that it's Paddock. So, in fact, I think they already laid out 3 different pitchers here for Detroit. So they're going to piece it together here for a bullpen game. And, of course, the situation right now, this seems to be the most crucial of games here with Detroit. Currently holding the 3rd AL wild card, 1 game ahead of Houston. They win the tiebreaker over the Astros. They lose the tiebreaker to the Guardians. Here right now for the Guardians. They're tied for first in the Central, of course, with Detroit, and they own the tiebreaker against the Astros and the Tigers. We'll get to them in a moment. However, let's talk about this one early. Is pitching for the Boston Red Sox. 3 starts, 1.8 ERA, 1.11 WHIP, 236 batting average against. Peter Montero, 5-3 record, 4.48 ERA, 267 batting average against. Coming into this one, Detroit's lost 9 of their last 10. It's all going south for them right now. 7 of the last 10 meetings between the two have gone over, but Boston's gone under in 5 of their last 7 games. Detroit's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. Montero, he can go a little bit here. He's gone under in 8 of 11 starts, and early he's gone under in 2 of his last 3. So, boring old Ramon's going to go with another under here with Detroit and Boston. All right. Lando, like the Sox run line. Trey Berry. Thank you, Trey. Nice to see you. And love having Lovable. Trey's going with the over, going against me there. It's all right. Blake's on the Tigers money line. Can the Tigers do it? Can the Tigers do it? The Red Sox won the first one. Right back to the old ways for the Tigers. And we'll keep it moving here right now with the Twins taking on the Phillies here with Abel going against Ranger Suarez for the Phils. And, for the Phils here right now, their situation, they've clinched the NL East. They're trying to get that home field. They do lose the tiebreaker against the Brewers. So there's that, as Nuke would say, but Brewers still in first, so the Phillies are trying here right now in this matchup to maybe get it done, but you do want to get there, but it's still going to be very, very difficult here right now. And I would think right now with Suarez going in this game, I mean, I don't want to sit here and go with another under, but I'm afraid I'm going to. Suarez a 3.12 ERA, 9-14 to the under. Long Island's taking some steam here right now. If I can just briefly interrupt, Long Island on the road against Stony Brook. Was a 5.5-point favorite. They're now 6.5. Long Island taking the steam here right now at Stony Brook. All right. For Mick Abel here, 7.36 ERA, 3.23 BABIP. Not great numbers for sure coming in, but right now I think if you look at Minnesota coming in, they've gone under in 7 straight games because they can't hit. They've also gone under in 5 straight on the road. Now, Philly's gone over quite a bit, but I'm going to take another under here, actually. 4 straight unders for me, gang. Maybe the show's over. Here, I'll try to see if I can't find some sides. All right. And I like the other one better, Lovable. Blake is on the under here. Oh, my goodness. So the U.S. has won a match. Let's take a picture of this right now. It's 5.5 to 3.5 because that's going to be the closest they're going to come to winning the Ryder Cup, barring an incredible comeback. And we've got a goal for Burnley here against Man City. And it's 1-1. We're in the 38th minute. Leeds and Bournemouth tied at 1. We had that nuke play in there. We had that sub play in there. All right. Lovable on Phillies money line. Trey Berry, Phillies money line. Thomas is on the under. Lando says take the Twins on the run line. And I'm taking the under again. I might be on another under here in a moment. Kind of sad here with Texas taking on Cleveland. In this one, you've got Latz going up against Cantillo in this one, and kind of look at the Guardians situation. We just did pretty much right with the Guardians and the Tigers, but Guardians, as we said, currently have the tiebreaker over the Astros and the Tigers. They actually lose the tiebreaker to the Red Sox if we're to come down to that situation here, but does feel like Cleveland can take care of business here at minus $1.60 today, and the total is 7.5 under 25. In fact, this line's down decisively to $1.45. So the Rangers are taking the action here in this one, creating a little bit of value, and the total, I'll call it 7 over 20. That's fair. Here in this one, I don't know if it's fair to go under right now. Let's see what you guys have here in this one. I might have to draw the line somewhere. And also, I think Latz, it's going to be actually Kelly here. You're going to see Kelly or Latz. I don't want to waste your time on, Rangers pitching plans here today, but they're kind of fiddling around the let's see here. Okay. Maybe it's Latz. I think it is Latz here. I don't think Kelly's going in this one. So this one's pretty sketchy here right now. It feels like right now with Texas and Cleveland here in this one. So let me see what you guys have in the chat. I think I actually want to take the over finally in a game, but let me see what you guys have in the chat. Let me go over the some of the matchup here. Cantillo, 3.21 ERA, 1.30 whip coming in for Texas here. They've gone under in 5 of their last 6. Cleveland's gone under in 13 of their last 17. Also gone under in 8 of their last 10 games at home here. But at 7, I'm going to take it over here at grade me at 7.5 under minus 125. That's okay. Lovable's going over. 9 Legacy says Giants money line, White Sox money line, Texas Rangers money line, Marlins and Metropolitans. Game 2 go over. And Blake will be on at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific with that UFC tonight. And Trey Berry, Cleveland and over. Man, we got to step on it here, you guys. And get to the next one. The Reds are taking on the Brewers here with Andrew Abbott. He's going up against Gasser here and probably Mizorowski after that. And with Cincinnati trying to get in here right now to the playoffs. Important game for them, obviously. Tied with the Mets here currently. And Reds do win that tiebreaker, as we said, with them right now. The Brewers have clinched the NL Central, trying to get that number 1 seed, and they win the tiebreaker against the Phillies. So Brewers are favored here in this one. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have with the Reds taking on the Brewers here tonight. Brewers have gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. Reds have gone under in 8 of their last 11 games on the road. I'm going under again here with the Reds and the Brewers today. That's just the way it's ended up. I don't know if it's because of, and there's a bunch of games I do like over here, but not the ones we're going over on the show. All right, Cincinnati money line, team total over. Sammy says Lat's over in his walks. Abel likes the under here, and Lovable says Cincinnati on the run line. Okay, we're skipping Pittsburgh and Atlanta. But we're going next to the Padres and the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are done, but the Padres are trying to get that home field advantage here in this one. And I think they'll get it done. I'm not going to go too deep into this one, but I'm taking the Padres. It is $1. It might be down to $1.35 here, maybe even $1.40 at some of the square books. And the total here is 7.5 over at minus 115. And I've got the Padres in this one. Give me my Padres. One last chance here, maybe to catch them. Like I said, I went with the Cardinals today, and maybe the Padres can get that home field. They need it, man. It's going to be hard to beat the Cubs on the road, even with the Padres bullpen. Brewers don't care. They figure wrapped it up. Even if they lose one, they'll probably get it here. Take the Reds at Lovables on Atlanta money line. Thomas says Diamondbacks are done. Yep, they gave it a try. Now Rodriguez has pitched pretty well here of late, but nothing on the line. Trey Berry likes San Diego with me. Next up, we got the Astros taking on the Angels here. The Astros do have just a bit to play for still right now. So the Astros are going to be trying to, like I said, they've trying to sneak in there. They're 1 game back. They're the team on the probably the biggest to overcome right now. 1 game behind Detroit for that 3rd wild card. They lose the tiebreaker to both the Guardians and the Tigers, so you got to win them both. And Blue Ball on the road here going up against Dana. Dana Dane. I'm Dana Dane. Good nightmare. Oh, man, I can't remember that song, but I like that, Dana Dane. All right, for the Astros and the Angels, got Al Bluebaugh here, 10 games, 1.93 ERA. Cade Dana Dane, 6.39 ERA in 6 games so far. So Houston here, they should have an advantage. That's still a pretty stiff price for a Houston team that has been very inconsistent. Not to mention, yesterday's game basically was the Angels got that win with Trout there. So I don't know. Feels like Houston might be a little bit out of gas here right now. I'm probably try the Angels here on the run line. Houston really has been nothing special. I don't like them at this price, but I'll take the Angels here at plus 1.5 at minus 135 tonight against the Astros. All right, give me your plays. Sorry, we're going quick here, but man, oh man. Okay, Astros first 5 for Blake, and Robert likes the over in this one. One more I'm going to look at with the Dodgers and the Seattle Mariners here right now. Seattle, in their situation, of course, they've clinched the AL West. They do lose the tiebreaker to the Blue Jays and the Yankees. They try to run them all down, but they'll have to win them both here, I think. Here's some steam real quick. Cornell and Yale. Here we go again. Okay, so Cornell and Yale steam to the over here in this one. I will say I did send out the under in that game. So, hey, not always CLV. This one was 47.5 up to 48.5. Steam on the over. And just to be clear, disclaimer, I did send out the under as my play in that game, Cornell and Yale, on my VIP package of 3 plays that I had for the early board on the added board here. All right, Dodgers and Seattle here. I'm going to take Seattle in this one over the Dodgers here right now. Dodgers ended up basically just stuck, right? They're stuck in that position, though. They're the 3 seed no matter what. So I got to take Seattle here in this one to beat those Dodgers, and that's it for the action today in the major leagues. Thank you. Trey Berry likes the over in that game, and Lovable says Cornell and Yale might be a good basketball game, right? All right, real quick, let's take a look. I got a couple of games here in the CFL tonight with Hamilton taking. I didn't do the graphic for the Dodger game. Sorry, you guys. There, $1.20, 7.5 over. All right, and let's take a look here also with a couple games in the CFL tonight with Hamilton taking on Winnipeg here in this one, and Winnipeg favored by 2. Right now, Hamilton has been playing hot, but Winnipeg usually can get it done here. And I think at minus 2, I'm going to actually take Hamilton here to win the game, lay 2 points at home with Hamilton here tonight. I think with Caleros, I believe he is in, right? Let me check the injury report. That might be important here. And then the show will be over. Caleros, he is the starter. So, yeah, I'm going to take Winnipeg here in this one. Give me Winnipeg minus 2 points over the Ticats here tonight. Look, it's going to be tough for the Ticats. There could be some defense, I think, in this game. I mean, I think Winnipeg stops the run for sure. Hamilton's got a pretty good secondary. So, there's some weak units in there, too. And next up, we got the Rough Riders taking on the Elks here in the late game today. And in this one, Edmonton's been pretty hot. They've been covering numbers left and right, and they're a home dog here right now. Now, Saskatchewan has had a pretty good run against this team. They usually dominate. They've won and covered 5 straight games at Edmonton, but Edmonton's been too hot. And I got to take them here, plus 3.5 points. Hot against the spread, if you know what I mean. 8-1 against the spread in their last 9. They're 5-9 straight up overall, and Saskatchewan's had a great year here, but I got to take 3.5 points tonight here with Edmonton with Fajardo. Maybe you can get it on track here a little bit. All right, Bombers there for Nuke, and he'll go with the Riders though. So we agreed on one, we went against on the other. Timothy Hawk says Giants to win that first inning, and Don, hey, my plays are over there at winnable.com. Check out all my plays tonight, Don, by going to winnable.com/Ramon. You'll get my prediction for every fight today over there when you subscribe for just 50 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM. And check out to save 20%. It plays basically just about $2.50 for my my UFC tonight. But join us on the show, and you'll get all the plays for us if you can make it at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific tonight for our coverage. Just moments ago, there was some steam. Also, just want to say one real quick pitching change here for the White Sox. It'll be Gilbert in there for Burke. We didn't preview that game, but pitching change. Gilbert in for Burke in that White Sox game. A little bit more steam here real quick. No, I think that's it. Let's do the drawing. Let's do the commercial, and then we'll do the drawing.
It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right when you need them, and even when you don't need them. All right, Blake. Hey, we got some steam here right now. Morehead State and Presbyterian seeing some steam here right now in their game this afternoon. We got Morehead and Presby seeing steam here to the over. It was 55. It's now 56 with Morehead and Presbyterian here. Early action. We saw that steam come in earlier. Remember on Morehead from 23.5 to 21. Now this team's coming in 55 over to 56. Okay. Thank you, Nuke. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it. Here we go with the drawing. You can win my plays. Maybe I want Stand On Biz, or no. I want Stand On Biz, or maybe Blake. Blake should already be signed up. Maybe there we go. Here's the drawing. Mike, Terrell, Stop Geo, Nuke, Trap God, Mike Humphrey, Sub, Blake. The winner today is Blake. All right, Blake, you wanted the UFC plays. Please go use the promo code winner at Winnable if you can. If you can, you'll get right in with my picks. The plays are up there right now I'm glad Blake won. So Blake, if you can, just go over to winnable.com/Ramon. Just sign up for a month, type in the word winner, and you won't get charged. Winnable is a totally legit platform. It's I control all the subscriptions. Anybody who subscribes for the price gets I just tack on days and days. I just want a lot of people to get my picks. That's what I do. Why do you do it? Why do you sell it? Why? Because I want people to get my picks. I'm trying to be final handicapper here on YouTube. All right, Trey, have a great day. Jermaine, thank you. Thanks, everybody. That's it. Mike will be, catch me on another show here over on the Nuke's House channel in about half an hour. I'll be previewing more college football, so check me out over there if you want more plays. I can't even get the right screen up right now. This is it for the Morning Steam. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott. Running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.